which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Anybody want to say a prayer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. Father God, thank you for these men and for this facility that serves the community. We ask a prayer of protection for the firefighters and those individuals that work hard to protect and keep our community safe and provide for them. So, Father, you're such a good and gracious God, and we're so thankful for the sun and for the change of weather, and just be with these individuals as they protect this community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Roll call. Paul? I'm here. Bill, he's coming. Rob?
Yep.
David?
Yep.
Steve? Here. Wonderful. Any additions to the monthly agenda?
I don't think so.
Okay. Were there any changes in the minutes from last month's meeting?
Well, we don't have one, so we'll have to table that we'll just table it until next meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll talk about that later. We have an issue with our, we had an issue with our domain. We're having an issue getting everything back signed up, so some of the stuff's not getting back and forth. But we'll have it set up by next time.
Okay, sounds good. A financial report.
I'll do it for Bill. Bill's, I drove to Eugene and he'll be coming late, but we got it today. So we had a beginning checking balance was negative, but that's not really true because I don't write checks until, or send until we get them. We had a 10,000 plus the interest on. That's interesting because if I had 8 cents interest, that must be interest. There's 2 cents difference. We'll have to straighten that out. Because that should be $10,008, $10,000.08. So we had checks written for $34,0660. Checking balance today is $45,2474. We earned $1.81 on our money market. We have $221,080, $840.57 in the money market, and there's $85.07 in the seismic public funds check. And then the checks were there and have been signed.
Okay, can I make a motion to pay bills?
And I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Communications department.
I can tell you we had 671 hits last month. We stripped off the winter notices, and we're putting up wildland fire stuff and summertime notices now on our websites.
So, do we have any comments on the public? We move on to the chief's report.
April was a pretty busy month. We had 29 calls, a lot of medical, 16, 2 structure fires. One, we had a small fire in Florida Valley up on Maria Lane, had about $5,000 damage to a front porch. And we had a fire over in campus that we went to in mutual aid. 2 motor vehicle accidents, 3 natural cover fires already. That one set of hot days, the burn piles just started escaping. They're not escaping into grass, but they're escaping into brush and stuff they should be getting into. 3 lip assists, 3 false alarms. And I just showed you, we also had a national cover fire response in District 2 that was automatic. Training, we did web drills at the District 2 tower. We had equipment night, officers planning meeting. We had extrication of car on the side. That's what's left out there in the parking lot now. We did wildland fire shelters, and we did parade prep and vehicle extrication last week. We'll be co-hosting that regional wildland drill on May 20th. It's going to be a big deal. And we're going to be burning piles all over town, so let's see what I see. There's going to be multiple agencies here, probably 30 or 40 brush trucks, plus the state fire marshals coming down. So it's a big deal. It's going to be an annual thing now, I guess. Firefighters. Some of our guys have been doing a Glide Fire Department's Fire Academy for them because they had some health issues with their chief and their training officers, so they finished up last weekend here, teaching ventilation on our roof pipe outside. Explorers are still with us. Equipment, we just had some minor repairs, still working on the inventories, we got them just about all done. The gas company came out, was working on the fire trailer, it's almost up and running. Got some things in, t-shirts, ball caps. Tomorrow we're having our annual flow test on our SCBA's. They're gonna be here at 9:30. And the quarter air test is completed. And the facility, one of our guys, Tyler Justo, he's been doing all kinds of yard work. He'll be back doing it this week. They've been out in the woods cutting again, so he's been working his regular job. I got a signed contract with Vitus Construction. So this is the contract, and I gave you guys all a copy of the amendment. So what happens with this is that this contract, all the legal stuff we've signed with them, and then this contract, now that they're working with our engineer and architect, ZCS, then they fill in all the numbers. And so then they do that as an amendment, and that's how they do that with the general manager, CM, construction manager, general contractor. So now that they're working together, I expect in a couple weeks this will all be filled in on what the money is, and then we'll sign an amendment. But they're already working together. ZCS told me the other day that I've seen some preliminary plans, but I haven't seen the whole building. And they were supposed to send me the whole thing, and I haven't got them yet, but as soon as I will, I'll forward them along. Let's see. I sent the contract out to our lawyer and to SDAO. Our lawyer said it was fair on both sides. She made a couple changes, and then SDAO made a change. They added a indemnity clause to it at the very end, holding us not responsible for stuff. CCS just finished the proposed drawings, so we're supposed to get that. Tomorrow a civil engineer's coming. They're going to redo the front lot out here, probably the first 50 feet off the front of the building, so that water doesn't flow in here anymore in the wintertime, that kind of stuff. So the civil engineers come out to do some surveying, figure out how far out they got to cut and how much dirt they got to pull out. So we'll meet with them tomorrow. New bank account, we spent about $60,000 so far on this seismic thing, on the plans and the testing. Wheeler's monitoring the account for us, but the way this thing is, it's a reimbursement from the state, and they provide us with a Excel spreadsheet and everything. So the bookkeeper, she's just watching the statements and stuff, but she really is not messing with that at all. When the invoices come in, I send them to the state sends them back to me, we write the checks. So it's not really affecting the bookkeeping at all. We signed the contract for the tactical water tender. So it's ours as soon as they deliver them. I don't know, they're constructing them now. The VFA grant was submitted for this year, about $19,800. We got notified the other day we did not get the fuel reduction grant, that was one I really wanted, the one that we could clean up around houses and stuff. Their primary rating was the hazard, and Lookingglass is rated only as a medium hazard, and there's a bunch of factors ODF uses for that, and I'm not sure why. For example, 10 Miles high, Camas is high, Glide's high, Glendale, Azalea is high, parts of Winston, like Rice Creek and down there is high, but we're not. So they ran out of money, and they just gave it to the high rated people. Hopefully, right now, that was on the last biennium's budget. They're going through that right now, submitting more money for next biennium. So hopefully they'll be able to do that again. That was for a 3-year grant, so then we might be able to get into the next one. 10 Mile got a little bit, Glide got 2 big ones, and we were kind of talking about that. We haven't had any large fires or lost houses out here in a while, which we don't want to anyway. So the money seems to be going where it needs to go this time around. We just got notified we got the wildland staffing grant for the summer, so July 1st to September 30th we'll have firefighters here again, 2 a day. And I set it up this year that we're gonna man a third or else the water tender on like red flag days and 4th of July and days we expect are high hazard days. So that was nice, and it's really gonna work out well for us too, because they'll be here during the construction, so we'll have people on site when that's going on. The engine grant, the communications grant, and the staffing grant, Safer, they're all still in the evaluation process. We haven't heard from them. I'm working on the budget every hour I'm not here. And we have a meeting scheduled for Monday, May 15th at 7 o'clock, next Monday. I hope you guys can make it. It's not gonna be much different in the normal line items, but the grant stuff will be showing the majority of the seismic grant and all that kind of stuff will be in the $2.5 million. So, talked a little bit about, before the meeting, about the Lookingglassfire.org domain. We got it up and running, and I've got a few of the mail addresses linked back to the Lookingglassfire.org. I'm working on that every time. I have to go through each one and link it with our other emails. So that should be done by next meeting, I hope, or maybe the next few days.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right, and then as far as old business goes, we've got some May elections coming up.
So we're right in the middle of that process right now.
I've already voted.
Have you? Okay, good.
Congratulations.
That was Bill and Paul were both up, and they were running unopposed, yeah.
Yep. And then the disbursement for seismic quarterly report?
Okay, yeah, we did that, plus, then ZCS just completed the quarterly report. So they say we're on schedule, even though all they're doing is writing plans right now.
Good. Is there anything to add to the grants? I think we
No,
already
it's
did
pretty,
that.
we covered those 3,
Right.
4.
Got it. As far as new business goes, the seismic grant,
We talked about the contract, the plans are supposed to be here anytime, so that's all the same.
budget calendar, that's set for next
Yep,
Monday.
you just, yep.
Okay, and then we have the domain, we talked about that.
Yep.
Then staffing grant, talked about that. Very good. President's report, he's not here. Director's report, I certainly don't have anything to add to that. No. Board members' comments? And my favorite, the public comments. Okay. Our next meeting is June 14th. And is there any other business people would like to talk about?
So that meeting early will be a budget hearing, or right at the beginning of the meeting. And then the budget meeting 1 will be Monday. I'm gonna try to do it all in one meeting, maybe an hour and a half or so.
If you can take minutes, I will not be here, I'll be in Canada.
This Monday?
Okay.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's not this Monday, not May, June 14th.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Next board.
Yeah, we can handle that, yeah.
Yeah, we can.
So, anyway, I'm gonna get the budget materials out as fast as I can this week, and then let you guys look at them, and then we'll review them at the meeting. And then, basically, as what happened last year is, that budget committee approves the tax rate and forwards it to the board for the approval. So if we can do that night, if not, I noticed that if we needed to do a second meeting on the 22nd, we could.
No,
But we'll try and do it, yeah.
Right.
well, that's good. Happy Mother's Day in advance.
Yeah.
And I move to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
7 o'clock.